Alright, back with more oxygen not included. We're just going to pick up right on the tails of the last episode. We're doing cycle 101 to 110 right here. We'll power through this tonight. The next video I probably won't get to until tomorrow. Or maybe the next day. I guess it depends. Okay, so this stuff is getting set up. Question is... Right, I was going to do an airlock. I wanted to actually just let... Normally, doesn't it just let you plop that over? Oh, maybe not. Okay. We're gonna make sure... I don't remember if there's anything behind there, so we're gonna make sure we deconstruct just the insulated tile. I'll give that a priority of 6 too. Research is complete. Insufficient oxygen generation. That is because I'm using it over here and it's not producing as much over here. That's fine. How is the temp doing? Sweet, we're still pumping out nice cold oxygen. Good deal. The AC is real. Let's put a airlock in there. Prioritize that as 6. That'll help keep some of the heat out, but hopefully speed up some of this construction time. Okay, so now we need to get rid of these because that's annoying. Yes, I don't have plastic yet. That's fine. We did the refrigerators. Oh, we do want to see if there's any other research we want to start doing. Farm station, which I've never actually used. Food has never been that big of a deal. Although it might be worth it to look at that come... we want this to be natural gas. It might be worth looking at that come the next time. So we're going to... I want to move this power. How do I want to move this power? So I want this to be kind of the grid for all of this. So we're going to take it across this way. Gold, copper, copper. We have a lot more copper right now. I'm gonna prioritize all of this because I want it to be able to start filtering hydrogen too, which we will back up there and then get rid of these. So this can actually probably get deconstructed now that that's full. And then we're going to run a ventilation line along here and then up. Oops. I'm not passing that through the natural gas because I know I don't need to. That'll never have natural gas in it. It's a closed system. And then we'll bridge that across. Nope, I changed my mind. Buttons. That's 6. I don't know why I have the tendency to cycle through all of those, but whatever. Then we're going to need some bridges made out of igneous. We need one going this way. What do you mean you're scalding? Why are you scalding? You don't need to uproot that. What were you doing? Is it just that hot down here? No. It's not that hot down here. He must have gone in there for some reason. Yeah, that's closing. I don't know why you would go in there. Don't go in there, dude. It's crazy, crazy idea, I know. We're still doing just fine on food. Storing mushrooms. Still fine on that storage. go ahead with that deconstruction. Do. Stupid sand falling, getting in the way. Okay, so we're gonna change that over, but then that will, actually we'll probably do this too. And then we'll run this over this way. Priority 6. What's neat about this is that I can actually kind of reuse a lot of this wire in this case. Actually, some of this stuff we are not going to reuse. Not right now, at least. And actually, let's do this. Excuse me. Excuse me. I wasn't paying attention to my mouse go all wonky when I did that. All of this stuff. So none of this right now is really going to change the load on that at all. But we will clean up this wire. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to run this through here. Run this into here so that this transformer is powering these filters and this pump so that I can start creating a circuit up here. And then the other one, this line will, this transformer will run through to the main base. Building entombment. Oh, right. Yep, so this is all just full of hydrogen right there. That's perfect. It's fine if some hydrogen works its way up there. In fact, I should probably do this. So try and make it symmetrical. We want that hydrogen to leak up here because we'll pump this right into our system. What are we doing on oxygen? There's still some chlorine in here too that we can pump in. Our chlorine is a little overpressurized down here. That's good. We're going to actually expand this room to be a little bit bigger. And then we'll be... Oh, wow. Water's going down. Maybe I should just do this now. I think I'll do this now. Yeah. I've been kind of waiting to do this, so... I got another job mastered. General Engineer Rancherson. Alright, Rancherson. Have you been a research assistant yet? No. It is quite obvious that I did not know that was a thing until recently. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. I'd actually like to just kind of finish that off. Do I want an airlock there? That would give us another way to get through here. I'm going to go with no right now. It seems like I'd rather it just stay segregated in temperature. Lots of O2 blockages. Okay, what is happening? Why is stuff not getting done? Okay, so let's talk about this for a little bit. Basically, I'm going to use a row of each of these to kind of filter different gases and just pump them through until it finds the right place. Then what that'll enable me to do is pass some back, and if I do it carefully, to the thing that actually needs it. I did not do the natural gas the cleanest, but that's okay. Mostly just because of this. Because now that means I'm going to have to do some sort of... I could come up... Actually, no, that's fine. I'll just come up here and then down and over. So we can plan that out right away too, because I'm going to need that as well. And then across there, and across there, and then across there. Oh. Oh boy, mistakes are being made. 6 is the number I want. And then we need some bridges. Like that, and like that, and like that. And guess what? All of that needs to be priority 6 too. You should be 7 though. 6. Get away with that. It's coming together. Maybe at some point we'll worry about analyzing that. Right now I don't care. And the truth is that it's going to run anyway, so could theoretically put together a couple more hydrogen bits. What is the hydrogen in here? 37 degrees, and that is about the same temperature as there, so we can probably just feed that in. We'll solve the hydrogen problem in a little bit. It's actually less of a problem than you think. We're going to reuse that same pipe. More or less, we're going to reuse that same pipe. Yeah, no. And then we'll run it back. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Having the 2 pipes next to each other makes that slightly more difficult. The natural gas setup that I created here is not the cleanest. We might fix that at some point. In my other game, I had the natural gas off on the side, so it was a little bit more straightforward from that standpoint. So it kind of pre-filtered the natural gas as opposed to putting it more in a centralized area like this. But I guess you never know. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter that much. I'm probably wasting resources doing it this way, but whatever. We'll probably do this though. We'll create a bit more of a gap that gives us a place to put the hydrogen. Can start planning that, I guess. Ooh, look, the natural gas is flowing. Oops, why did I keep hitting escape so many times? I was hitching for a minute. Maybe it's the difference between the natural gas and the hydrogen. And boom. Oh, look, some hydrogen's coming up to join the party. What is happening there? I think the problem here is this, and we need to do a gas bridge to get into that. Let's go ahead and prioritize the hell out of that so that we don't get weird backup. I think this ought to fix the problem. Get that gas bridge made. Let's see what happens now. This should just flow straight through then. Why? Why are you not flowing straight through? Oh, I don't have a filter selected. This should fix it. Or not. Oh, maybe it's not going to work while it doesn't have an output. So let's get that piece taken care of. I'm going to want it to be a different thing. So what I'd typically like to do for that is to basically just create a gas valve. We'll throw a vent on the end. And I'll set this to 0 so that it starts to back up in here. But that should enable us to... oh, shit, I don't want any of this here. Because that's going to be where I run the hydrogen. So where do we want to put it? I guess we could just put it on the other side. I guess valve. We'll set the valve to be all the way shut. But that enables us... I want more of a lead than that. That enables us to kind of control what happens with it, and then we can always bottle stuff up if need be. That should be a little bit more space. Vent. Pipe. Priority 6. So our natural gas is all powered. That needs power. This needs stuff. Hydrogen's starting to back up. We'll have a insulated gas pipe. I'll make sure that this works before I start laying down even more pipe. Okay, seriously, do this work. There we go. Yeah, as soon as there was a pipe there, it started to work. And it's working as intended. And we want to set this to 0. So it's basically like a closed vent. That way we'll see what's in there and we'll know if we need to do something with it. Okay, now that we're feeding hydrogen into there, we can deconstruct this. And then we'll get this feeding to that. Actually, this can just keep emptying into there for now. I do have a plumber, so I can dump out that. Man, are we already out of natural gas? That is unfortunate. Wonder how much. Oh, so if I didn't explain it before, this nice little bit here is just to like do some self-cooling with the polluted oxygen. It'll help cool down these machines. Did I see germs in there, or was that just a... Oh, that's all the stuff. Never mind. So yeah, natural gas generators drip polluted water, and then it'll just kind of filter itself down through these airflow tiles down to the bottom. And then we'll run a... Once this starts to get higher, we'll run... Oh, you know what? I bet you I didn't. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Do that at priority 7. Because now I should have primed the system well enough to do that. Pipe blocked. Did I do it backwards? Output, input, just clean. Output. Out into in, out into in. The sieve turns awaiting delivery. Can we prioritize that? What? Claims that the pipe is blocked. Unless it's as simple as like, do I need to get rid of a tiny bit there? We're doing on food. We're still net positive for food. Somebody needs to do this. Confused as to why that pipe is blocked. I think I have this right. Right? Water sieve takes in polluted water. It outputs clean water. Outputs clean water. Skimmer takes regular water, outputs polluted water. Yeah. Somebody please come clean this out. Do I not have... I could have swore I had a plumber. I do have a plumber. Is Artie or Harold working right now? Artie? Harold. They're both working right now. Get over here and do this, you jerk stores. I don't understand what all the work is happening right now. You're sweeping sandstone. Is there something wrong? Is this not reachable? Do I need to do this? No? You're doing it right there. There we go. Ah, damn it. I should have built more pipe. What if we just do this? It's the amount of pipe there is problematic. Let's try that. I'm gonna dump some clean water in there. I don't really give a shit. We'll figure that out. There we go. Pipe is no longer blocked. Carbon skimmer will turn on. Filter it through. I want to do something with this polluted water. Do we have a polluted water? Oh, did we ever? We never did anything with that. And this is all polluted oxygen. So we're just letting that up by our base. Let's go ahead and do this. Give that a higher priority. Get a melty biome down here. I need to do something with that polluted water. Do we have a reservoir for polluted water anywhere? No. Looks like I could make one pretty easily, but I don't have anywhere to go with this polluted water right now. That's slightly unfortunate. Hmm. Boy, I don't know what to do with that right now. Long way to go all the way over here. Probably won't be a problem for a while. What's the temperature of the water? Temperature of the water is 32 degrees, 33, 34, 35. It's on the warmer side. I could pump this into pinch of pepper nut, or why don't we wait for temperature over here? Like we could start making pinch of pepper nut. That would not be all bad. This isn't really where I wanted to do that. Let's worry about it when it gets a little bigger. This is going to be a slow trickle anyway, especially without a lot of natural gas. All that work for not a lot of natural gas. That's really pretty unfortunate. Okay, so let's go back to fixing our hydrogen. I won't call it a problem. These are set the same, right? 50 to 100, 50 to 100, right? Because I want to use both of those, especially since the natural gas is so low. I hope it doesn't take too long to make that not dormant. But we'll find out, I guess. Oh boy, that is not at all what I wanted. Okay, so if we take this across, we're going to do a bridge there just to keep that kind of uniform. Because, I don't know, I mean, over attentive, I guess. I'll take this over here. And down. And down. And we'll do some bridges. Make this all priority 6. We might need a tile over there. I'll probably do this. Laying pipe. Well, it's a good thing we've been collecting all that hydrogen. I really kind of want to know how long this is going to take. Let's find out. First of all, do I have somebody that can actually analyze that? Geographical analysis, yeah. I want to know this sooner rather than later. No. Jobs mastered. Somebody's good at courier. Chefy, good for you. Oh. Have you been? Of course not. Oh boy. How are we doing on slime deposits? Only 7 tons, that's fine. We finally got all our mushrooms going. We can do this. Might as well do that, I guess, is a different way of saying it. Fried mushrooms won't show up on here until somebody does it. We're only going to give that to our most stressed people for now. And let's get a manual airlock in there. This thing better kick out more than this, or I'm gonna be pretty flippin' disappointed. Our hydrogen is officially backing up. So let's looks like it's like reverse pressured. Oh, this one's not even getting it. We need to fix that. Let's yeah, okay, I know how I'm gonna fix this. We'll do this where we will just delete that. Probably let out some hydrogen. That's fine. And then we'll create a nice little loop to get in there. We'll take the ventilation from here to here. Nope, here to here. And then we are going to feed this back into the other system like this. No! Mistakes were made. We'll feed this back into the other system, he says. With a couple of gas bridges. Oh good, people started bringing coal up here. It's hydrogen, yeah. Man, almost already out of natural gas. I should have tapped that earlier. Hurry up with the analysis. That is really pretty unfortunate. Well, we can pull hydrogen from here. And there's still a lot of hydrogen backed up here. Still a lot of hydrogen up there. We'll be alright with this. I probably should have deleted that up here instead. Right there, maybe. Let's just go ahead and do this. I don't have anywhere to... Oh, I don't have something that will release a bottle of it, though. I guess we can just do that quick. Ventilation, canister emptier. No, that's... why would you change that like at the last second like that? Give that a higher priority, and then we will empty this pipe. That'll create canisters. This can be... I'll select hydrogen for that. It'll dump out up here, and then we'll deal with that accordingly. Once this stuff gets bottled up. I guess you can also do that here. And then we can deconstruct, get all these nice materials back. There we go. And this can be unbreathable gas, hydrogen, priority. Oh. Why don't you? Oh, he must have got tired. Do you have any research that we want to worry about right now? I mean, we're gonna want the memory. We're gonna want the automation stuff. Radiant pipe might be a thing that we need to worry about. I think we'll just do this automation stuff. I only do that all the way up through computing because the memory toggle. At least right now, that's the only real reason why I'm doing it. This is a mess. It'll look a lot cleaner once we get this all sorted. Wait, why isn't that feeding through? Shouldn't you be... Oh, what's happening here? Pipe is blocked because it's got... I think the answer is that I actually have to dump it in the same way. Mistakes were made. That's okay. That'll actually clean up some of the piping. Boy, this is a mess. We're at 109. Can we fix this by 110? Maybe. Maybe. Come on, people. Hurry it up. Oh. Oh, it's because there's extra stuff in here. Alright. And this should really be a super high priority. So, because that requires a dupe interaction. We've got... Yeah. There. That was the problem. What is happening here? What is going on there? Ugh. So many things wrong. Insulated pipe. We want this to go like that. So many things wrong. Let's get this all cleaned up. This thing's empty, right? Yep. Claim all of these materials. And this isn't... Why isn't this going? Will it not run without a gas intake? That doesn't seem right. Will this make it go? Like, seriously? I could have swore you could empty these without them being connected to something on the intake, but you're gonna make that work. If that works, good grief. That's dumb. Okay, finally getting this cleaned up. Oh, got a master job. Camille, have you been a research assistant? Everyone's a research assistant. So that's dumping hydrogen into up here. We will clean that out. We have new duplicants available. How are we doing on food? We're still going net positive on food, I think, since when we started. So yeah. So, okay, so while that gets worked on, we've got one cycle left where we can get some stuff done. But hopefully this made sense to you, because piping is not the prettiest. It'll look a little better once I have this kind of cleared out. But the idea is to have like a single place where you can just dump in whatever, and then this will automatically sort it and get it to wherever it needs to go. That's the general idea behind it, at least. This will eventually move as we add probably chlorine and maybe even CO2 up at the top. Then what's pretty neat about it then is when you want to say, like, what's a good example of this? Oh, like here, I'd drop a gas pump in here behind a manual airlock, so I don't even need to go in there. Run the pipe over to this system, and then it'll just clean this out to a point where, like, the little bit of gas that's left, not such a big deal. Okay, so we've got a cycle left. We can start on something else. Do we have this? Still waiting on analysis. Oh. You know what? Probably not doing that because I'm researching. Let's turn this off. I care more about that right now. Okay, so we can start this whole endeavor. So I actually don't want all of this. I want to do the top, down to here, and then this. And then I want to pick up a new ladder over here. So that's eventually where we're going to put our ladder. And then we can do this. Oh, they finally finished it over there. What do you know? Good for you. That's totally not meaningful anymore. Or it's not going to be meaningful for long. We can continue on this. Actually, this I would like you to do. We'll clean up that hydrogen in a bit. Are you still analyzing? Please? What do I have that set as? 8. Yeah, come on, analyze that while it's still dormant. Hopefully it won't be dormant for too long. We're not going to need this fire pole. Mistakes were made. Is there a fire pole? No, it's just those 3. Okay. That can also be destroyed. Somebody get over there. Analyze that thing. Grumble. Oh. No, we're finishing cycle 110. That's right. We will, once we have chlorine up here, we'll pump more chlorine into here too, so that we can get a really overpressurized room in there. Because then we can put anything that emits polluted oxygen in there and have it not actually generate any polluted oxygen. It's kind of a neat little trick. Eventually we'll try to get to the point where we don't have to go through this water with this tropical paku in here. That's funny. Let's take another quick look at this. We have this mostly fixed now. I want to make sure I just get the pipe on the deconstruct of that. And then and then the same thing here. Deconstruct. And this can all be 6. I feel like we should wrangle this hatch. Wrangle. Priority 9. Make it happen. So what I'm planning to do now... actually, we can do this too. So what I'm going to do now is dump this water down into here, and then we're going to use this as an opportunity to kind of shift it over and align it proper with what we're trying to do, with the organization that we're trying to use here. Just because this is driving me nuts, and if we open up the cleanup that we're going to do next time is to basically trash all of our farms, and then try to recreate it within the bounds of this kind of space, and make it 4 tiles high for each of them. So like most of these mealwood things will just get deleted. We'll create the U for it outside of it. We'll kind of plan each row, and then what we'll do is basically break down the wall from the inside and have it just kind of shift over that way. These can stay there for the time being because if... No, it's actually not on the right level. Either way, we're going to build it from the ground up because we're going to do mushrooms. We have plenty of lice loaf right now, so we'll do mushrooms, and then that will get us some pretty prepared for stuff later on, much better. And we want to do this. Actually, please cancel this. I want to make sure that you clean this out appropriately. And we'll add in... Now, do we go wide, or how do we try to divide this up? Can I do anything with this much space? It's basically six wide. Yeah, that'd still be okay. You know what? That wouldn't be bad because that might give us some a place for like liquid reservoirs or something like that if we needed to worry about it. That's not so bad. I'm good with that. I think next episode we'll definitely take on more dupes too. Might as well just do this right away. Looks like that's cracking. Under the stress of something. I'm not sure what. Maybe that would just fall if you dug underneath it or something. This will open up the top of the base. We can create... We'll end up with a bathroom probably right above here. We can create a... Cycle 110 is almost done here. We'll also add a place where we can drop off clean water. And we'll get this leveled properly. We may also drip some water into some containers where we could do slime for the time being. Like these, because I want to move this too. We're basically, everything from here down, we're fixing. And we're going to try and do it in the next 10 cycles. With that, though, we are out of... Hey, I did finally get the analysis complete. 62 cycles out of every 117. So that's about roughly half the time. And the eruption period is about half the time. It's not providing a ton of gas. What is the input for this per second? I should show that energy. Power stored. Nope, that's just the breakdown of what's connected to it. Natural gas into power. It's so weird that they don't show the actual math, except for here, 90 grams a second. 90 grams a second. That's a reasonable amount. So, what, 1/4 of that, right? Because that's basically half of the time, and that's basically half the time, a little better than half the time. Ooh, thankfully, I don't need to wait real long before it kicks on again. Well, it's a good thing that we've got hydrogen as a source, too, because... we're going to need it, quite honestly. I should do this. I don't want anyone walking in there. All right. So that's the end of 111. Or 110, excuse me. We just started on 111. And next time we'll be kind of reworking this to get that prepped and ready to go for the future, really. So yeah, we're going to basically move this wall over to here. We'll create a basin, and then punch a hole in the bottom of this. And then hopefully that's going to create enough of a hole when we'll basically use this much space for our water reservoir, which is more than enough. But you'll notice that that fits into like my plans over here height-wise much better and less awkward than this. And that also means that we can use this fire pole to shoot straight down. When we move the farm, we'll do the same thing. We'll make this an outside ladder, a wall, and then an inside ladder. So if we have wall, inside ladder, wall, inside ladder, that's 11. That's actually not any better. It's because I have the, oops. It's because I have the pole on the outside over here. Do I move this over even further? I think the answer is yes, because that's just going to drive me nuts. And this isn't that long of a pole. I can recreate it. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. So if I have wall, inside ladder, and the inside ladder is over here, then that gives me 12 to work with. The range on the sweepers is 9, so I'll still need 2 sweepers per row. But that gives me, if I overlap them, I have 7, 14. Yeah, okay. That'll work. 12 should be alright for lights for berries, too. All the things that we have to think about. And, of course, I'm just thinking about this out loud on YouTube. So I apologize for that. Next time we will get this whole bottom section in order to be, honestly, just a little easier to kind of manage. We should be able to move this without losing too much of the CO2. I would like to do this to mark that that's what I want to do, so I don't forget, because it'll be at least tomorrow before I go, or before I get to this again. Yeah, things are looking all right. Got the start of our gas filtration system. Nothing's backing up right now, because the only thing that's going into it right now is the electrolyzer and this. And I think we probably used up the polluted oxygen before. Is this open? Let's set that to 0 before we leave, otherwise I'll forget. We got some hydrogen collecting up there. We will suck all this hydrogen out and put it into the system. Open that valve because then it's going to dump the oxygen back out. All right, cool. I guess that means that we will see you next time. Artie. Oh no, not everyone gets the fried mushrooms. I was intending to do this too, so we'll do this quick. Only the people with the 12s get the fried mushrooms. This is a poor meal, +1, yeah. We'll fix that for everybody later on. Okay. This time I promise I'm done. We will see you next time.